All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on a field that's, well, famously tough, but also incredibly rewarding: electronics and communications engineering, ECE. So if you're in the thick of it right now, or maybe you're just thinking about diving in, you're gonna want to hear this.
You ever get that feeling? Like you're trying to put together a puzzle, but you're sure there are a few pieces missing? There's this little voice that says, there's a secret here, something nobody tells you. Well, guess what? You're not wrong. So let's just get straight to it. We need to talk about the biggest myth surrounding ECE. The idea that it's just this one super specific thing. But the reality? Oh, it's so much bigger than what you think.
And here it is, the big one. ECE is not just electronics. I mean, that is a massive oversimplification. Saying ECE is just electronics is kind of like saying that making a movie is just about pointing a camera. You're missing the script, the actors, the sound. You're missing the whole story.
So you're probably asking, okay, if it's not just electronics, then what is it? Well, the whole field really stands on four huge interconnected pillars. And here they are, the building blocks. First, you've got maths. That's the language of the universe, right? It's how we describe everything. Then you've got coding, which is how you tell things what to do. Then there's signals. That's the magic. That's information flying through the air. And finally, of course, the hardware that makes it all real. ECE is where all four of these things meet and create something amazing. Now, hearing me list those four things might make it sound easy, but let's be real. Trying to learn all of that at once? Yeah, that starts with a whole lot of confusion for pretty much everyone. But it all leads to this incredible aha moment, this moment of pure clarity. And look, at first, it's going to be tough. You're juggling all this abstract math, this complicated code, hardware that makes your head spin. But then something happens, the breakthrough. And suddenly, all those separate ideas, they don't feel separate anymore. They just click. And you finally see the big picture.
And that click moment, that's the key. That is what unlocks everything. Because once you truly get how those pillars connect, the number of things you can do with that knowledge is, well, it's just mind-blowing.
And I'm not exaggerating here, the scope is absolutely huge. This is not some small niche little field. This is the foundation that so much of our modern world is built on. Everything from satellites orbiting the Earth to the phone that's probably in your hand right now. And this opens doors to some seriously amazing opportunities. You could be at ISRO working on space tech, or at DRDO building defense systems. And that's not even counting all the top companies out there designing the next smartphone, creating medical devices that save lives, or building out what 6G is going to look like. The potential is just incredible. Okay, so let's bring this all back to you. We've talked about the myths, what ECE is really made of, the struggle, and the absolutely massive reward. What's the one big takeaway from all this? It's this. If you're on this path, if you're wrestling with all these crazy concepts, you need to know that the challenge is supposed to be there. That struggle isn't a sign of weakness. It's proof that you're building something real, something powerful. So when it gets tough, just remember this. You are so much stronger and more capable than you think